Now, J. Cole is rapping on a whole other level, a way different level than any rapper out right now. I'm not going to lie. Like, J. Cole, bar for bar, is probably the best rapper out right now. And he's showing it on this, and I know he's going to show it on the fall off. He's been showing it to us for the last 3-4 years. But J. Cole, I do not want to hear any more bars and shots towards Drake or anybody else, because I heard the shots, Cole. I can hear the shots talking about some quit the tough way act, the bots and all this stuff. And then he said the woo kid, which is what Drake had his Kendrick Lamar diss. The first diss that he dropped, he had that woo kid. And then J. Cole will try to add it to his. That's the one thing I was not looking forward to in these new J. Cole songs, bro. I do not want to hear him taking no more shots, throwing no more battle bars like you trying to engage with any rapper in battle. It was a hard tape. But J. Cole, stop, gang. You did an apology. You deleted your song, bro. Stop it, bro. I don't want to hear no more of these disses, no more of these subliminal shots, none of that. But great tape, though.
So for anybody that thought Cole wasn't going to be throwing shots, you was wrong. And for anybody who think that Cole is not throwing shots, you are wrong. Now, I listened to those tracks that Cole dropped on that Blizzard, 2026 Blizzard. What was it called again? Oh, yeah, Birthday Blizzard 26, right? Look, first let me say this, no hating stuff, right? Cole was rapping. Anybody say it's corny, I ain't buying it. As far as like him spitting and all of that, wasn't corny. Probably I like 3 out of the 4. The slow one was like, but he was still spitting. He was going in. Now, people saying he was dissing Kendrick, he was dissing Drake. It wouldn't make sense to diss Kendrick when you had the chance. He even says that in the song that he had the chance. So to kind of double back and diss, that would be even worse. That would be even worse, right? So I'm not too sure. But he does sound like he's doing shots. And for those who people saying like he ain't saying he's the greatest, but he said I'm goated. Or I'm one of the GOATs, something like that in one of those bars. So he's still putting himself there. He's still saying it, y'all. He's still saying it. I got a clip from the Breakfast Club. We're gonna talk about it. I got a couple posts. I'm not about to react to the songs, but or play the songs, but and I got a couple posts from X. Let's talk about this, man. Cole don't care what y'all niggas talking about. He gonna say what he gonna say, whether you like it or not. I will say this too, real quick, before we get into this clip. He's taking the advice, whether you like it or not, that people have been giving Drake for the last 2 years. You remember what that is? What have people been saying for 2 years to Drake? Just rap. 2 words. Just rap, bro. Put all the other shit to that. Just rap. Drake hasn't really taken that advice. Cole has. I will say that. It seems to me, that's the one impression I got from listening to these songs is he's just rapping. And it seems like he has blocked out anything that anybody has said about him not being the greatest or one of the best. He doesn't care. And for a lot of people, it seems to be working. I'm not going to lie. But we can't let this slide like he ain't throwing shots and like he's still not claiming to be one of the greatest. But let's get into this clip.
So it's J. Cole's birthday. He turned 41 years old and he gave us a gift on his birthday. He dropped a mixtape called Birthday Blizzard hosted by DJ Clue. And he addresses a few things on this 4-track mixtape. So Bronx Zoo is the breakout song. It's the first song on the project. And he addresses being taken off of the Big 3 for apologizing. Let's take a listen.
Creep to your room, put 4 on your dome. If your girl scream to the queen, it's lower your tone. Hey, matter of fact, go on your phone, add me on IG. I used to be top seed, apology dropped me. Way out of the top 3, no problem, I'm probably my best when they doubt me. Watch me. DJ Clue.
Hey, listen, he went in on that whole track. I'm not going to even hold you. He went in on that track. But he was rapping. He was rapping. And that's why I said he took the advice that people been giving Drake all this time. Just rap. And again, this is what I'm seeing overall. The response to it is there's some people that's dissenting, and we'll get into that. And they should, because he is saying stuff that I don't think he really has a right to say. However, he's blocking it all out. So I think he's gambling and betting on if he just raps, it'll drown out all the let's say negativity or maybe negative criticism. I don't want to say negative because a lot of the criticism is warranted. It's not negative. But I think he thinks that if he just raps, the people who will receive that will drown out the rest. That's kind of what I'm thinking their strategy is here, but we'll see.
We got the conversation has to shift though. It's not he's out of the top 3. There is no big 3 no more. Kendrick dismantled it. Kendrick said, F the big 3, it's just big me, and he proved why it's just big him. There's just is not no big 3 no more.
But I was thinking about this morning driving in, right? Mm-hmm. Now, it's difficult to beef with your brothers. I'm explaining to, right? Jay-Z and Biggie back in the day, right? They were both number 1. They couldn't beef with each other because they were brothers, right? Every beef that we seen in hip-hop turned nasty, turned disgusting, turned
Jay-Z
to a place
wasn't number
where
1 back then, sir.
Biggie was number 1.
Yes, and Jay-Z said that in Where I'm From, and that's what started the conversation. But
they were never
honest,
beefing.
Jay-Z wasn't in those conversations before he said it.
But Biggie was number 1 at the time. Jay-Z was on his way up. And if Biggie was, right, but they weren't cool with Tupac, right? They were cool with each other. I can't beef with my brother and things turn nasty, right? Because Jay-Z and Nas's beef, Kendrick and Drake's beef, all these beefs, Ice Cube and Weather,
So
it turns nasty. No, it does.
Yeah, he tripped.
But we all talk rap, but rap gets nasty. Rap gets disgusting. It's not just about who's the biggest. No, it gets nasty.
Is your point, Envy, that J. Cole...
Jay-Z skied it on Nas' baby seat. Like, it gets disgusting.
J. Cole is dope. He's nice. He backed out of a rap battle. Woe is him.
But if he backed out of a battle...
Woe is him.
But if he backed out of a rap battle because that's his brothers and he doesn't want to get nasty, do you look at it differently? Because
No. We got to stop that, man. Not only did he engage, right? He took some really big shots at Kendrick and his catalog and all that. And he basically dragged it through the mud. Did he not? Did he not? Come on, man. Let's not do that. You can't throw dirt and mud and try to get the other person dirty. And when they get ready to swing back, for whatever reason, I don't care, you back out. Like, come on, we got to stop like trying to minimize what happened.
Name of one rap battle in this whole hip hop world that did not get discussed.
Well, guess what?
We can go back to LL Cool J and Kumo D.
He shouldn't
have got it involved.
It gets
Well, guess
disgusting.
what? He shouldn't have said nothing.
And maybe that's what he
decided to stick his toe in.
Well,
and it was kind of weak. It was weak. The 7-minute drill. And then he apologized and bowed out, and that's fine. But let's celebrate this beautiful Blizzard that he dropped. What was the name of the album?
It's called Birthday Blizzard.
Birthday Blizzard.
But what I'm saying is, if you can't battle your brother because it gets disgusting, that doesn't mean he's not nice.
I hate when beige people make excuses for other beige people. Let it go. It's
no,
okay.
you can't.
I mean,
why is it only 4 tracks though?
I just how he did. Actually, it's 5, but the last one isn't really a track. It's just a blend up of all the 4. But I think it's just how he just teasing the fall off.
Did we drop one of Clue's bombs for DJ Clue?
Yes.
Sounding very timeless on this project.
On 99 Build, which is the last song on the mixtape, J. Cole gets into a conversation about where hip hop is today and where he think we should be focused. He mentions JID. Let's take a listen.
Known as the rap game that's been overcome with loads of marketing plans based on randomly dissing and hating on the next man. I understand, imagine working hard as you can. On this album you plan, hoping it charges your brand. But as soon as you drop it, the world's ignoring again. Got you wondering why till you start to notice the trend. Drama enhances the attention brought to the fans on popular channels. So you wanna hop on a band, wagging a battle, rapping and throwing shots in a jam. I had my chance, but I dropped it, which means that my only option is to do the opposite then. Lead with the skill, if hip-hop is back, JID should chart platinum. Anything less than that, it means y'all capping.
Hey, he killed that one too. But again, he mentions he had the chance and he dropped it. That count for something, man. I think we trying to minimize the loss and what it mean. That count for something. This ain't to say he wasn't rapping. I don't know what else I think they betting on if he just rap, regardless, more people gonna accept it than not. But we can't minimize what happened.
Shaka rap.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was tough.
Shaka rap.
But I was thinking too, a lot of people say J. Cole's beats aren't the best. So when you hear him over stuff that are dope beats, it sounds even better.
You hear a lot of stuff about J. Cole that I don't hear.
He makes a lot of his own beats though. So that's why he probably doesn't need to do outside production. But Drop on the Clues Bombs for JID. God Does Like Ugly was a phenomenal project.
It was.
But it is interesting to hear the owner of a label talk like that when, the marketing and the promotion, he can help with that. Like J. Cole could have did more appearances with Jid. He could have put his arm around Jid a lot more. Probably do some more records with him. There's ways J. Cole could have used his light and his star to amplify God does.
But
Like
that's if
Ugly.
Jid wanted it though, because I had conversations with J. Cole when Jid's album came out, and I asked him those things, and he was saying that they were coming up, they were going to do like a mixtape tour, they were going to do a lot of things, but it was during a weird time. But that's if Jid wanted to do it. I don't know.
People got more excuses than God in the Trump administration.
I
mean, it's like they got every single thing that could possibly be said about them. I spoke to J. Cole.
I have no horse in this race.
I
have no horse in this race.
Yeah, because it's a giraffe, because it's yellow.
You stupid. When I heard Jid's album, we had a conversation about doing
and not really
those are not his friends.
Conducive to breathing.
As we close out the hour, there's one more line that people think may be a shot. Then y'all could take it to whoever. We'll talk about it after. Let's take a listen to the Golden Goose Bots bar.
If the stream say you're winning while your tours is losing, when the mad think mad, then of course you're juicing. That mean the bots is boosting. Cut the tough guy image, it is not conducive to breathing. Don't gamble with your life, cause the ops is cruising. Word to Mike Vick, your dog might get shot for losing.
That's definitely the Drake. The bots is boosting, definitely.
Yeah.
He going crazy.
Yeah.
The tough guy thing, that's definitely for Drake.
You got that song up?
Drake, what you want?
Now people on X is talking about, of course, Drake selling out this, that, and the other, so he can't be. But I ain't gonna lie, those lines do sound directed toward Drake.
I don't have no problem with biracial on biracial.
But see, but that's what I'm saying.
Beige on beige crime, go. Y'all go at it with each other.
Beige on beige.
J. Cole kind of, he's confusing a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Even on
Rap singer, you start the juice in there.
Charlamagne crack himself up because even on this record, I mean, like he starts with the Bronx Zoo, and then he goes to Golden Goose. In the first couple lines in Golden Goose, he talking about y'all not gonna knock me off my spot. Then he's like kind of throwing shots,
going at niggas.
Yeah, but I thought he was like mentally healed. I don't know, but it's a great project.
Still be mentally healed going at it. Yeah,
I know. Charlamagne do it every day.
Because in my opinion, Kendrick is definitely mentally healed, but he can still rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, healing is not linear.
But when you apologize, I thought he was gonna step back from any shots at all. Like I thought.
I see what you're saying. Huh?
Yeah, but I think in the follow-up we're gonna get a more deep intellectual situation. To your point earlier this morning.
I do hope so. I hope that the fall off. Of course we know J. Cole can rap, but I want to see him be more introspective on this one. I want to see him get his 444 on. I want to see him get his Mr. Morale and the Big Step on. I want to see him get his Rhapsody, Please Don't Cry. I know you can rap, Cole. You have nothing to prove with that. I want to know who you are as a 41-year-old man. That's what I want.
I want to hear you rapping. I just want to make sure you don't produce all the beats. I want you to do stuff outside the box with some of these amazing producers.
I agree with you.
Because the way you sound on these freestyles,
going crazy.
I love it.
–
Immaculate.
Yes. Well, that is available at thefalloff.com.
All right, man. All right. Hey, listen, he's sending shots for sure. All right, now I want to get to this line of him talking about his name is goated. Now look, you can still look at Cole as your GOAT, but we talking about him still. He didn't come out and say like, yeah, I'm the best that ever do it. But when you say something like this to me, I take it as you're trying to you're using euphemisms, man. You just saying it in a different way. You're a good wordsmith, Cole. So you're using wordplay to say the same thing, and we can't let it slide. Nolan reacted to the song, and so I'm gonna use this little part from his video real quick.
They wonder who he think he is. That thunder at night to wake up the sleepy heads. Just when you thought that your boy was completely dead, boom, walked out that tomb like Matthew said that Jesus did, with the whole game on his shoulders, not even straining or hold it. I can spin around my fingers and bold it. When I write, it's like I'm guided by the angels. I notice it's like the ghost of Christopher Wallace and came in and wrote it. First name Jermaine and it's goated. Never once.
Right there, y'all. Now listen. Those bars was crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you. He was spitting right there, y'all.
Around my fingers and bowl it.
He said,
they wonder who he think he is. That thunder at night to wake up the sleepy heads. Just when you thought that your boy was completely dead, boom, walked out that tomb like Matthew said that.
He said, just when you thought your boy was completely dead, boom, walked out that tomb like Matthew said.
Jesus did, with the whole game on his shoulders, not even straining or hold it. I can spin it.
With the whole game on his shoulders, not even straining to hold it. I think that might be a stretch, Cole. I don't know if the whole game is on his shoulders or if the pressure of him to perform is on his shoulders. You feel me? Can we honestly say that the whole game is on J. Cole's shoulders right now? Or is it just his own pressure that he created because he backed out the battle? And people on one side don't want to hear him. You got people in the middle that's like, you got the other ones on the side. It's like, I just want to hear some music, some good music. I think that right there might be a little much, but let's go.
Around my fingers and bolded. When I write, it's like I'm guided by the angels. I notice it's like the ghost of Christopher Wallace. It came in and wrote it. First name Jermaine.
It's like the ghost of Christopher Wallace came in and wrote it, huh? That boy talking crazy on this track.
It's goated. Never once.
There you go. There you go.
The angels I noticed it's like the ghost of Christopher Wallace. It came in and wrote it. First name Jermaine and it's goated. Never once his fame been a motive. Far from it. Respect first. Next.
Never once his fame been a motive. Far from it. Respect first. All right. So he said the name Jermaine is goated. For a lot of people, it is. I'm not here to argue with that, but my point in playing that line, and there's other lines in that track and in the other track where he says things where he's basically saying I'm the best without saying I'm the best. So for all those who like, yeah, but I just don't want to hear him say that. He ain't said it. He said it. He said it. And now, or if you're saying he didn't, and his name is good, so what? Now he wants to share the greatest, the number one spot. Is who's sharing that? Kendrick already said ain't none of that happening. The crown is heavy, nigga. I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy, so ain't no sharing the crown. That's where we at now. We talking about sharing is caring. No, sharing ain't caring, man. Let's look at some of these posts over on X real quick. All right, now this one by Hip Hop All Day says J. Cole says rappers are now using beef and drama to sell their albums. The rap game been overcome with loads of marketing plans based on randomly dissing and hating on the next man. You notice the trend, drama enhances the attention brought to the fans, so you want to hop on the bandwagon of battle rapping. I had my chance but dropped it, which means my only option is to do the opposite, lead with the skill. Maybe for some people this is the case. This is not the case for the Kendrick and Drake beef. That was in the battle that J. Cole was supposed to be a part of. That was a genuine battle. That was a genuine battle. Maybe some other people since then have rode the wave. Cool, I get it. But again, J. Cole throwing shots. He throwing shots. And I don't necessarily think this is toward Kendrick or Drake. Y'all might disagree. I don't think so. Remember, all this other stuff came after that beef. That's when you had all these other diss tracks and all this other drama. Let's call it drama marketing, right? That's when drama marketing kind of reached its height after that, because people seen how much traction it was getting. But he said, you notice the trend, drama enhances the attention brought to the fans, so you want to hop on the bandwagon of battle rap, and I had my chance but dropped it. Again, these are important bars, man. You had your chance to prove that you was goated, to prove that you was the best, to prove that the ghost of Christopher Wallace came in and right. Like, bruh, do you think Christopher Wallace would have backed out that joint? I think not. Let's look at some comments. Oh, he feels left out. He's 100% talking about Kendrick. Kendrick used the beef to make himself. He's not talking about Kendrick. It wouldn't make no sense for him in any world to be talking about Kendrick or Drake with that bar. That was a battle. That was a rap battle. It was even personal. It's in the courts, bro. If you think that Drake is suing just because he's trying to get some traction, no, he's suing because he's hurt. He's really hurt. You know what I mean? No, he's not talking about neither. That's just my opinion. Calling out niggas for using beef for promo just to rap this and create beef for promo for your new album. All these industry niggas lame. I'm losing respect for all of them. And now you trying to throw subs at people to gain attention for your album. True. Pusha T, Kendrick Lamar, A$AP Rocky, the big three are doing this. No. And I don't understand how Push or even Rocky, how they get this label for responding to things that people said to them before. That makes no sense either. So what, you can't respond now? And again, you don't do over 100K, 200K just because you implement some sort of rap beef. That's not how that works, man. Battle rap has always been a part of the game. I don't see nothing wrong with rappers using it to sell albums. It's better than using ass like Ice Spice and the likes. Yeah, man. Good point. Now, this post by XXL says, this is from the Go to Goose freestyle, where J. Cole said, if the streams say you winning, why your tours is losing? When the math ain't mathing, of course you juicing. That means the bots is boosting. Now, this is an interesting verse. I'm not going to lie. He definitely ain't talking about Kendrick. That tour definitely ain't losing, my man. Now people saying he's talking about Drake. This just makes more sense. Like, who else is he talking about? Who else could he be talking about? And look, I'm gonna say this too, though. At this point, I don't know if Cole got a right to go at anybody, man. I just don't, bro. I don't think you got the right to go at anybody, man, because you had a chance and you backed out. Like, how can we take it serious? I just feel like verses like this should be left out. That's all I'm saying, bro. He will just come back later and apologize for this. See, this and this is what you get. This is exactly what you get right here, and it's warranted. Kendrick just had a massive effing tour. It makes zero sense. Of course, I agree. He blatantly calling out Drake. Y'all cannot be serious, even a little bit. Drake is the only person this applies to. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know if 100% certainty, but if I had to guess, I would say yeah. Drake has the highest grossing hip hop tour of all time. He's not talking about that. He's not talking about that tour with Savage and the one that Cole was on. He's talking about the recent ones. If he's talking about Drake, that would be the more recent ones, I think, where you got the streams, you got all the bot allegations, but you got tours being canceled. Didn't he cancel two? The Australian one and something else. Am I wrong? He did cancel, though. Kendrick will never sell out more shows. Yeah, see, Drake fans is trying to go way back. This would be a more recent thing as far as the tours go. Now, Deleted posted something, and he said, double entendre. He's definitely taking shots at both of them. Cheating, bots, Kendrick. Tour sales, tough guy, gamble, Mike Vick, dog, Ghostwriters, Drake, Lucian can work for Drake or Dot, but he's saying all the trigger words these fan base has been using against these two since the battle. Dot and Drake might step on this album release. And then this post, and this is the post that Deleted was referring to, where he said Cole's bar lined up with Kendrick, not Drake. Kendrick signed a distribution deal with Lucian in 2024, right before the battle, while Drake's contract is nearing its end. No, it don't make sense. Again, it don't make sense. Why would you be sending shots at a guy you apologize to? I mean, people got to like start using their comprehension skills, man. Some of y'all probably was in those special need classes back in the day. I'm pretty sure y'all was, man. Comprehension is at an all-time low. Why? And if he is doing this, if he is, I'm not saying this is outside the realm of possibility, possible, just not probable. But if he is, then this makes it even worse. I can't respect at all. Like, I was willing to give everything a shot as far as just to listen at least. But if you throwing shots at a dude you apologize to, right? You apologize to this guy, said he's one of the greatest, took everything back you said about his work, Mr. Morale. You took it all back. You said, I'm sorry. It didn't sit well with your spirit. So if that's the case, and if he was to double back again, I mean, J. Cole is a double-minded man, and they say double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So he could be. If he's doubling back again, sending shots, that's even less respectable than what he did before. So I'm going to say he's not sending shots. I'm going to have to disagree with the leader on this one. But as far as Drake, I do think he might be. But even still, that's problematic to me, too. That's problematic. I think he should have just left out any bars that might be taken as sending shots. I'm not saying you can't talk your shit and all of that, but any bars that could be construed as taking shots at, especially at those two, after you apologized already, come on, man. We can't be doing that, bro. It's definitely Drake. Lucian owns Drake catalog on some slave shit. Dot owns his new music, which is licensed by Interscope and distributed by UMG. Plus, Rocky talked about how Drake threw Cole under the bus. Rocky did talk about that. Deleted responded, don't look at it so surface level. Lucian also high-fived Dr. Dre when Dot won his... Yeah, no, Deleted, I see what you're saying, fam, but man, I just don't want to think that Cole would be that double-minded that he would apologize, embarrass himself in front of the world, only to spin the block and still try to throw shots. That is such sucker shit, man. Like, that would be beyond sucker shit, for real. For real. I mean, he could be right, but I just don't see it. It makes no sense. You're right. He's still a backpedaling coleslaw. Kendrick didn't cheat or had bots, so he can't be talking about him. It doesn't matter if he did or didn't. The fan bases have called K-bots this whole entire time. They also claim Kendrick's cheating on Whitney with the white women. It's not about what's true. It's how he's wording shit. They're trigger words to get both fan bases to pay attention. I mean, look, Deleted could be right. He could be right. I don't think that Cole's sending shots at Kendrick. I don't think he's trying to diss Kendrick. I think it's more probable he's sending some sort of message to Drake. But look, I can't respect either, and I for sure can't respect it if he is trying to double back after the apology to send any sort of shot toward Kendrick way, like subliminal or otherwise. There should be nothing. Like nothing. You feel me? Look. Two things can be true. Cole was spitting on these tracks. But you know what else is true? Cole called himself the GOAT. Cole's claimed he self-proclaimed himself the best still. Said he got the ghost of Christopher Wallace. Like, I don't know what else. Who is Biggie to most of us? Can come on, man. Can I get an amen from the congregation? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Is Cole not still calling himself the best? He's just trying to use the tricky words. I forget who said that to in a video we react. He's trying to use the tricky words, man. He's trying to trick y'all. So Cole ain't sorry, y'all. He ain't sorry, and he's trying to pull a fast one over. Look, he's spitting. And this is pleasing a lot of people. This is pleasing a lot of people. And if he didn't have those type of bars in there, I'd be like, cool, man. Cool. You're on the right track. But banana in the tailpipe, y'all. Don't fall for it. This is sucker shit. Seriously. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Some of these bars are some sucker shit, but it's Cole's MO at this point, is it not? I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't trust J. Cole as a friend. I really couldn't. He don't. What do you stand for, bro? And look, like I said, even if he's throwing shots at Drake, you don't get to throw shots at nobody when you back out of battle. I don't care. You participated, bro. If in the beginning you was like, no, that's my man's. I'm cool. That's my, I'm cool with it. That's how you feel. Take it for what it is. As far as like that goes, take it for what it is. If he did that, none of this will all be a non-issue. Would it not? This will all be a non-issue. But he did not. He made a track. It was subpar. It looks like you got nervous and cold feet because people wasn't receiving your shit. You went in as hard as you could, disrespected the man's catalog, called him a fake activist, disrespected his character, put everything into question first, right? And now you said you sorry, but then now you turn back and say the bots and no, come on, y'all. Let's not forget, man. All right. Well, y'all let me know how y'all receiving all of this. I'm really interested to know, man. Does this make it worse for you? Like I'm saying, do you think he was sending any shots at Kendrick at all? I don't, but I could be wrong. And if he was, that makes it even worse than it was before. I had zero respect. I got zero tolerance. If that's the case, it just don't make sense that he would. That would make his character like even, man, I can't even fathom it because like I would never do something like this. So it's just like, man, I want to give a man a benefit of the doubt, but it's making it hard for me, But y'all let me know what y'all think. Is he sending shots at Kenny? Is he sending shots at Drake? I do think he is at Drake, but I don't think he has the right to. And how are y'all receiving this? Are you pissed off? Are you going to listen to the fall off? Are you hyped? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one, man.